You send me a link or no?
Why? Just go on YouTube.
It's impossible to tell someone how to get there. It's so hard to find your channel.
No. Just type in retro classic arcade channel, and then on the top one.
Okay, sometimes I go in to watch and I don't really watch it.
No, no, it'll be live right on the front page.
Retro Classic Arcade.
And then type channel, and then enter on search, and then I'll be the top one. You'll see my icon,
Retro Arcade.
yeah, you'll see my Obey logo.
But does it have to be spaces in Retro Classic
Yeah,
Arcade?
yeah. It's three different words.
Oh my god, I'm gonna die here. I got like a foot problem right now.
What's wrong? What do you mean?
Just got home from work. My right foot. Oh,
It'll go away. It's lactic acid.
it will go away. Stretch.
Did you smash it, or did it just start hurting?
Sure.
Lactic acid.
I also think my
It is. Yep.
stuff.
Mm-hmm.
My feet with my left foot. Like just randomly, like just can't even know.
Hmm. That's weird. It's definitely getting new boots. Oh, somebody else is joining. Did you find it, Rod? Did you find it on the?
Well, I can find it. Robin was making fun of us for having a golf meeting. Or at least she's like, "What do you mean you're having a golf meeting?" So I just wanted to stay here and check it.
Oh, you got a beer there, eh? Hey, Roll. What's up? Well, I never heard from Armor, and I never heard from and Craig said that he's going to be busy, so uh he's inundated with hockey stuff. So yeah, whatever. Yeah. We'll let him know how we feel. I'm sure he'll watch this later. But okay, so here's the can you see, or if you go on my channel, you can see the channel too. I have a better camera, but it's the same thing because I have the. But here's the coins.
Oh, they're top notch. Are they washers?
Yeah, they're little gasket washers they have.
Oh, cool. They're green. Oh, cool. That's so they're poker chip looking.
Yeah.
Washers. Yes. Like them. Probably let me see. Give him a jingle.
Trying to make it. It's the dud. It's a dud. You're gonna have to add a bell. This is the rubber. That's it right there. That's maximum rattle. You get quite a few on there. That's 10. So if you get 35, you're sitting pretty, I'd say. But I don't think anyone's gonna get that many. Anyway. So I have them. I have. Yeah. So everyone gets one. There's actually 8 of them. So John and Dan are gonna get a ring too, and then I have enough to make one more for Jamie, or if Jamie wants one or whatever, they'll just pay into it. But I'm only gonna make. Yeah, you know what? I was thinking maybe we just make 8 and just leave them at that. That's how many I have now. And then if anyone else is sparing, then what do you guys think? They just have to buy them, or just
Maybe just go ahead. If you end up making more, it's like you're printing money and the value drop. Like it's not really worth it much.
and like honestly, like John and Dan, like because Dan's been at the range like half a dozen times already. Like he really wants to play. John really wants to play. Um,
I'm playing game. We said too though, like
people just aren't as available to play as much.
Yeah.
And also end up with like a bit of a, you know, one of the things is that we often play, you know.
Yeah.
That was
That's true.
to play a lot and not being able to play a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, anyways, I think I'm just gonna leave it with the 8, and then include John and Dan in it, and then with any of the other spares, I'm just gonna leave it because what I was trying to say is I think John and Dan are probably gonna play a little more than others. Jamie had actually mentioned that he wants to play more, but he doesn't think this is the year he's going to. But he's gonna get to that point. So I know that he's going to be kind of in and out a little bit, and I know that I'm just going to give John and Dan as much of the benefit of the doubt as they can to come play. And then you just include guys as the summer goes on. But we'll leave it with 8 of the coins. So that includes 2 extra guys that get them that don't have pins. All the pin stuff is made. You guys saw that. So that's good. And Roll, you've got those other pins. And then, okay, so let's talk about Armor's handicap. Let's just get right to that and get that kind of out of the way.
So do you think, so I was thinking about this too. Do you think it's a handicap, or do you think it's hard? I guess it's hard to do if you're gonna do like a one-on-one match. What I was thinking is that if Armor's opponents get like a mulligan per 9 and Armor doesn't get a mulligan type thing, that kind of thing, rather than like a handicap. I don't know. I'm spitballing here a little bit.
It's good. I think that I like that, and you know what, Gary would like that. I'd be like, yeah, that would be it. But I think that Armor at this point is that much better than us, probably anywhere between 5 and 7 shots better than us, on any given day. So I think that for the first, my opinion is, and you guys can say let's do it something else, but for the first 30 days, let's give him a 2-shot handicap. And then let's see what happens after 30 days. And then we'll just completely reassess it. We'll not even try and get ahead of it now. And we'll just say in 30 days, after 3 or 4 matches, it's not many, we'll see where we lie. And if Armor has all the pins, then we'll reassess it one way or the other. But let's not make any assumptions. Let's just do like a spring 2 handicap. That's what I think we should do. So if you guys don't oppose to that, then let's stamp that and say that that's what we'll do.
Canada, like keeping a real handicap.
Yeah, I was gonna I wanted to bring that up. I don't know much about it, but you can mirror kind of scores to what your handicap should kind of be. So if we said it's hard to say, right? Like, what does Armor usually golf? He's like mid to low 90s, right? Like always.
Always, yeah.
Low 90s is probably a good, based on courses that we play, he's like a low 90s guy. Whereas we're like upper, right?
Upper what? Where are you chopped up?
Sorry, mid to upper 90s is us.
Somebody else is coming on here.
That was
Yeah, exactly. I played on Sunday with John and Dan, and I got to 103, and I felt really good about that 103. Yeah, I mean,
good golf.
yeah.
Right now, you know. I never see him. He's done skills.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think. Oh, there he is.
Oh, look at this guy. Oh, I thought that was a house coat.
The house of my old man sweaters. Oh, nice.
He was already tucked in bed, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I have that meeting tonight. It's important, I think. Something."
What was it?
Yeah.
Forget up.
What am I looking at?
Sorry.
Oh, there it is.
I had my cup holder. Okay, so we were just talking about so Armor, here's the pins. You saw the message. The pins are out. You get 7 pins, and you get one of these rings. So each one of these coins on this is worth $2. So it's a $20 ring. So yeah, you'll get a bag of pins with 7, and then you get 10 of these. These are for like in course betting,
In course betting. Okay.
in match betting.
All right.
All right.
So those are like you'll bet that on like a closest to or something. That's exactly.
Yeah.
Hole by hole.
Yeah.
You can win one if you end up with the same putt as the guy. You can be like, I'll put a coin on this for, or closest to the pin for a coin.
That's what it's
Yeah.
that's what it's for. It's to try and promote that in match kind of betting.
The pins ended up able for that. We stopped. Hey, what are you doing? Stop it. We started. We pins would go out at the start of the match, and that's like it last year. You're able to like put it on the line.
Yeah, it was like a match thing. That's true.
Yeah. So, and that's what, because they're too valuable, so we put them up for the match, and then that's why we're doing this. So anyways, that replaces that promotes in match, and then the pins, how we use the pins armor is kind of like before the match, where like everyone's got a pin up, everyone agrees, or you don't agree if you really feel like you're shit, and then maybe you don't want to partake that day. It's your choice, it's your pin, and then those.
No, I'm not putting up the pin.
Yeah, and you can, but yeah, like at the start.
Or we'll put pins down, like, all right, pin match. Everybody puts in a pin in the day when we've also put pins for nines.
Yeah, you know what? There was something, Chard, last year. Remember we did the like 2v2 type thing. I think now with more golfers, that actually might work out pretty well.
I wanted to do that a team pin match.
Yeah, 2v2 or whatever.
Yeah, but all those things are up in the air for like any weekend, right? Any weekend you could use it. They're just tools to bet with. But more or less like these just make it more accessible. So you want to bet when you're putting, like Chard mentioned, like $2, like boom. But the features, the reason why we do this and not cash is because it's kind of rotating money. So you're collecting money with pins, you're collecting money with this, but you're not expending it every week. Like this costs you $20. That's the whole season of betting, and you could have like a full ring by the end. So
Gotcha.
that's how that works. It works the same with pins. So we also already discussed like your handicap, and I think what we're gonna do, and I'm glad you're here, is we're gonna give you like a 15 stroke. No, sorry, we're gonna go. It's gonna be. I think what we've decided, and I definitely want to hear your side on this for sure, is a 2-stroke handicap for the first 30 days, and then after that we'll reassess it with no pre expectations or anything like kind of going into it. Just leave it 2 strokes, and then we'll go from there. After the long May 2-4 weekend.
Yeah, sure. Sounds fair to me. I mean, after last week, or whenever that was, last round, I mean, things are. What's that? Never play like that, though.
Like, do you think it should be more? Do you think it should be more? Like, you're the most experienced. Like, what do you think?
I mean, in all honesty, I hope it should be more.
I would say, and we what we said right before you got here was in reality, you're more like anywhere between 5 to 7, closer to 7 stroke handicap on us is where we would probably set it if we were estimating something in there. But we kind of want to go in a little bit more leaning towards neutral just for the 30 days, because after 30 days, you could end up with, okay, until we establish our handicaps, which is the next topic we'll talk about in a second. But like for the first 30 days, you could end up saying, okay, after May 2-4, you are a +7. All right, from now on moving forward, you're gonna have 5 to 7 shots on us, whatever that may be. But I think just to keep it towards neutral, and since it's only probably going to be 3 rounds, then that's like 2 just to keep it kind of square. But then we'll figure it out. So
Yes.
Just like PGA, and you just put in rounds.
so who wants to be responsible for that? Who wants to be responsible for that, for collecting the scores?
I don't mind doing.
All right.
Ourselves. Each have the app.
Oh, okay.
You play, plays your father.
score, like I show, you put in the course, your score, and what tees you play from, and after 5 rounds, something like that, it starts giving you your real handicap. So then, I think when that got that laid out, that's when we can really, you know, we can all have our own handicap. You know, like
Right.
your handicap that number, but like it might be 1 stroke, 2 stroke between the original 4. Like we were all so close, but it would be somewhere in there. But then, yeah, but we said this too. When Armor, when you call it your major, you can make it a non-handicap match. Set the rules for your own major.
Just rampant cheating everywhere.
Sounds like a very fucking cheating.
So
Just plus you guys 7 plus.
yeah.
Yeah, like a 5 that, you know, gives you an advantage on your true.
Yep, you can kind of. Yeah, he's being facetious. It's you kind of make up you do, but you do set your own ground rules going into the weekend. When and you choose the course, you'll kind of choose the tee time. You'll choose how many mulligans. You'll choose little stupid things like that you want to do that day. It's more just a fun weekend that you decide on when we're playing, where we're playing, and all that shit. And teams, if you want to do teams or whatever, that's just a fun aspect of it. So, yeah, and everyone has the weekend that we do that. So there's 6 of us, so there'll be a major probably every 3 weeks, ish.
That's cool.
Yeah, it is cool. So, all right, so that's established. We'll do that. Do we agree on that for the two-stroke handicap for 30 days, and then we'll have to reconvene from there, knowing that he's not a 2-stroke handicap, but we're just going to try and lean closer to try and keep it fair because we're all grown men, and then we'll actually let reality prove that Armor's that much better than us, and then we'll either go up or Armor will fall into misery and explode and be. And then we'll go the other.
No way. I will just throw a little bit of a wrench into this. I think and Armor, this is actually a compliment. I think a 2-stroke, you'd still be running away with it.
So,
Like,
Yeah.
Armor,
I mean, that's what I meant earlier. Is I hope.
He hopes so. Yeah, he hopes that by the end of this, we're actually establishing, a 7-stroke handicap, and it's not going to be many matches. Like, it's not going to happen right away because everyone's going to play differently, and someone could just play great, and people could ease their way into the season. So we have to see. You can't say one way or the other. Coming into the spring right now, and we already know what the reality is, but we just have to see it play out this year for like 3 matches. That's what I'm saying. If you guys think it should go up to 3, then say something. Like, don't. It's a suggestion of 2. If you guys are now saying, let's put it to 3, then let's put it to 3.
I put it to Armor. What he thinks, I would say, like, what do you think, like, would bear on you, because you've golfed with pretty much all of us.
Knowing that you don't want to max it out.
So, if you don't max it out, somewhere that would be, like, healthy competition for you and healthy for us that we could, like, grow into actually being able to compete.
So I mean, I only golfed with a few of you guys last year, maybe 3 times or so, and it seemed like, especially times we played Bradford, a couple of you guys were shooting pretty low, or at least apparently. Like the one time Rob and I had tied, or Thomas and I tied, I think, and that was in the mid to high 80s, I think it was. To be honest with you, like, good rounds for me are in the low 80s, low to mid 80s, and average rounds for me are around high 80s to 90. So, and you saw me shoot 100 last week, so, or whatever it was, 2 weeks ago.
I think for us,
I haven't blown 100 in a long time.
That was a special day, though. I mean,
with us, and a good round for us, and our peak last year was low 90, with the odd, like, really good round.
So-
90, my best year, 90.
I'm just gonna grab a drink.
best I've ever shot. Well, you shot the 90 and Storm at 83 or 4. No. But other than that, we were like kind of like 93 was my best before you. That's like end of summer playing a ton.
Right.
It's not like early season.
So I mean, being separate, it sounds like the number could be a little higher. However, the pressure side of things is going to be new to me, right? Like playing under pressure and stuff. So that certainly will get to me in the beginning until I learn to get a hold of it.
So what do you guys think of let's add one more, try and live closer to reality here and say let's make it 3 for 30 days and then reassess. And also don't forget that the next process, and we're going to talk about this right now, Cassie, you in charge can talk about this better than me, is the process for the PGA app, and then when we're going to get that established. So we each have our handicaps established, over the course of 5 rounds after. Hey,
What's up, Nate?
what's up, Dave?
All trimmed up, eh, buddy? Got that hair chopped out.
You can hear me right now. So I got the headphone.
Hair chopped out. Looking good.
Me too. Me too. I'm cold.
A few people want their hair back. Dude. It's looking fresh, roll. That's like
Yeah.
fresh.
Turtle S. Hi, Zach.
It's nice.
Oh, it's Nathan. Sorry. Hi, Nathan. Bye. So
I don't want to take away the inclusion in the competition, but if Armor wins, second place gets their pin back for that first month.
so he can only.
Well, do you just give him the two stroke? Just
Oh yeah, okay. I actually like that. If Armor wins, two stroke, and then yeah.
Or not just like this thing was over at the turn, like there's still be something to play for.
That's the answer.
Weaken Armor's purse, right? Like
Right, but it also keeps the match, the people motivated to keep coming. So I really like that idea. So that's got my vote. Let's keep 2 strokes, and second place keeps his pin.
only if Armor wins.
Only if Armor wins. Yes, if Armor wins, second place keeps his pin. Correct. Yeah.
So we were talking like I'm just curious to get your thoughts on this. We have a lot more people invested in this now, right? So instead of 4, it's 6 with pins, right? So you're saying that we're saying basically you could walk away 6 pins, five new pins. Perfect. Big swing, right?
Yeah.
That's a lot.
It's a lot. So
I thought for some
I'm
reason,
hoping-
maybe I misunderstood this. I thought the way it went, let's say for instance there was a foursome. First place or winner of the round takes 4th place pin and second place takes 3rd place pin. Is that not what this is, or that's more of a match play style?
That's not how it went. That's not a bad idea, but that's not the way we had played it. Was we all put it pin ends. You win the day, you win all the pins.
I want to hear more about this match play way of doing it though. If you guys, if that's a good idea because of the more people, then and it's easy to.
Yeah, it's almost like, for example, like let's just say for hypotheticals, day 1, based on history of gameplay, would it be fair to say that Grant might be the second best golfer? Like if we were to actually just rank us, right?
I say for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so if we were to say round, first game out, Grant's playing Armor for a pin, and he still gets like handicap. Armor gets handicap, it's still better. and then we have like a 1v1 with everybody else, and that just kind of determines your first on set in placing, and then maybe move into the match play kind of thing that we're talking about.
Sounds like it just sounds like it's pretty complicated. I want people to be thinking about golfing, and that's what kind of just have it kind of preset it.
You are thinking about golfing because you're thinking about like I'm playing Chard or something, right? And you're playing Craig. So you're thinking about that. and
Okay.
We're in the foursome,
Right.
and we're in the 8 that are playing.
Okay, I see what you mean. Yeah.
Also, too, it's like first game out. Like first game out, you like again complements Armor. Like first game out with everybody. Everybody's dealing with the same pressure for sure. Like Armor said, you know, it's going to be different for him dealing with the pressure. And at the turn, you know, I'm sitting at like a 60 because I just blew up. So now, and then you're just disengaged from the group.
I think that's the main thing that we don't want to happen. Is where things get so far out of range. You're right that like now no one's having fun. If somebody's not having fun, and that's at like 11th friggin' hole, they're having a day. But I think that's where I think that match play thing comes.
Yeah.
I think, and I said match play only as an example. It's not.
Yeah.
I'm not really. Is it match play? I think
Match play is like you ran, I don't know, pair plays and then bottom pairs playing.
Well, Armor, how do you think we can even it out so we don't have it like where there's one guy, a leader that may be a frequent leader, well, whoever that may be, that everyone seems to be chasing and getting back, and then that person just rakes all the pins, and the next thing you know, they have a giant pile. I do want to avoid that for sure. We all do. So if you, the way that you were explaining, or that you could see it, if you could explain that, if it's simple, then let's look at that.
So the way that I see it is treat it like any golf round, professional golf round, where there's always something in it for competition. It's not a winner take all thing. So in order to do that here, you don't do a match play where you're playing an individual, because arguably that shouldn't matter as soon as we get the handicaps dialed in properly. So moving forward for the rest of the season, my suggestion would be, especially because you have 6 guys now, where you could have, you didn't put that second place rule in, like Charter mentioned, you could win 5 pins in the round. That's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Do think that there should be an advantage to the winner. You should be taking the majority. So with 6 people, I think the way I would winner takes, I can't do the math right now in my head, but winner takes 2 or 3 pins, and second place has the ability to still take 1 pin, so that you're always fighting for something.
Yes.
And then you could even break that down further if you wanted to.
It's 3-2, and then third place doesn't lose a pin or something like that, right?
Sure.
Right? Sure. Like 2 and then
Sure.
right?
Yeah. And so I think the winner still needs to take.
Yeah.
Honestly,
The bottom 2 are losing pins, or
third last pin, and then
I think bottom 3 pins. The lowest 2 are giving them to the winner, and the 4th place is giving it to second place.
right, and then third place is neutral.
And that keeps everybody all around.
Yes.
I think that's great, because
That's
you could
perfect.
see somebody
Mm.
get a stroke on this guy, fall back,
Okay.
this guy, I don't lose a pin, I jump into third.
This is what we got to do. This is perfect. This is exactly, Rob, this is exactly what we were talking about, finding a way to keep everyone motivated throughout the round. So this is a great problem solve. But what we'll have to do, because I do, like I said, I want to keep it simple.
Also, but jumping out of the bottom spot, you're having a day, well, just get out of the bottom spot, you don't give up, well, I guess you're still giving up pin, never mind, I say you don't give up 2 pins. That's wrong.
Yeah, no,
and you still have a chance to become neutral. You're having a shit day. You're like, okay, well, it's like I have a chance to get back to neutral, not too far out of the game. And now even like last place blowing up to first place is having the game of their life, and everybody in between is all engaged.
it's great.
I think that's how we do it. It's a simple way to do it.
Yep.
It's perfect, especially with this many people, and you can still get out if you were able to get the X2 for the following year inside the golf mains, yeah, it'd be perfect.
Roll, can you write out like what would happen? So just not right now, but like when we're off the Zoom, just put it together quickly for when we have 6 people, this is how the pins go. When we have 5 mates, this is how the pins go. When we have 4 mates, this is how the pins go, and then go all the way down just to 3. So we have that kind of like framework, and then just take a screenshot of it, and then we know we always have that referenced. And if you could just get that, do that quickly, and then boom, that's over with. And I agree with that. So, but we're gonna have to take away the armor second place pin. So I think we'll go back to the previous topic, and probably move armor's handicap back up to 3 for 30 days, to just so we can implement this rule blanket across everybody, and not have that kind of contradicting or conflicting with what we just discussed, which is a very strong rule. So I think that what we'll do is we'll go 3-stroke handicap for armor for the first 30 days, then reassess, and then we'll implement this type of match play scenarios for how we're betting and stuff, because that's great. That's a great idea. Because yeah, it's ballooned out a little bit, and I haven't really thought about that yet. That yeah, you'd rake so many pins. Like some people could potentially have a massive pile, with everyone else just kind of kicking pine needles in behind.
Yeah, and golf's not a winner take all sport.
No, you're right. Right, that's true.
And if we have a 6 and that big, 6th place or not do it, well, that's just fun. If you stand to not climb back, because you're so far away, that's just something.
That's way, yeah. If you get dejected, then you lost the mental battle that day, and come back to the course another day, right? That's part of it. Yeah, it happens, and which is a great part about it. Which is a part I love about it, like because you have to fight that dejection if you're down. Or
How it works when you get maybe arguably not to do work here, but I think if it were, let's say, some,
Then back to old rules or whatever.
okay, so they just said we have 10 minutes on the meeting, so 10 minutes.
Like say for armor in the early season, we could do the second place pin back thing.
just hold it. I think I agree. Yeah, so that would be the 4. Yeah, 2nd place keeps their pin.
Okay.
I'm all down right now. It's pretty.
I just can't visualize it. So if you guys think that it's simple and it's still easy to implement, then let's move forward with that. That's fine.
It's pretty easy.
Yeah.
Sorry, say that again.
Well, I wrote it down here as well.
Oh, okay. Yeah, perfect. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, perfect.
Okay, so let's just move on. So that stuff's pretty rock solid. Armor's gonna have that 3-stroke handicap, or sorry, 2-stroke handicap with the pin back, and then we've got these new set of rules here. We got to come up with a creative name. We'll just call it match play rules for now. Armor quoted it that way, so that's what it is. Then you. We'll call it pin play. Pin play. Yeah. Okay, so just because we're on limited time limit here, we only have 8 minutes. So I just want to talk about general ground rules and scorekeeping. So general ground rules are until the May long weekend. If your ball's out there and it's in any type of like situation where it's mud or it's this or it's that, you can clean your ball off, pick it up, and put it back in a reasonable location. Whenever you do anything on the golf course, the only thing that I want to see is just notice. Somebody doesn't have to be up your ass watching. We're not Hisco's here. We're trying to create a club that has a lot of integrity. So I just want everyone to just put the group on notice. So if you're gonna do something, your hand goes up, say, "Hey, I got some poop on my ball here. I'm wiping it off." Just so no one turns around and sees anyone doing anything. Just notice when you're gonna do something, or if something's going on, draw attention to it. Don't do anything in private. That's the main ethical rule of the group. Is don't do anything. Just put it on notice. Put your hand up and wave it in, and that's it.
Can't reach over and just tap
acceleration on a short putt. That's
Yes, and of course, right, yes. Wow. All right, I'll get better at that. Yeah, that all that, and then also like it's straight up play. We're not gonna have the mulligans and everything will be called like early in the day, but essentially I want to keep it to breakfast balls for the most part, unless conditions really warrant a few mulligans. Then that can be determined on any given day. What that is, but for the most part, it's breakfast balls. If you don't have anyone has a strong opinion on it, it's just one breakfast ball off the first tee. That's it, and then that's it. Everything else is straight up, and then just use the notice rule. And also for like club breaking, I talked to Rob about this the other night or anything. I know it's not PGA because Rob was explaining that natural obstruction and non-natural obstruction. But if there's a natural obstruction like a tree trunk and it's in your backswing or whatever, you can club length away from that in any direction that puts you safe. Again, just let everyone know that you're doing it. Okay.
make your club right. Like if it's out under a tree, like under the edge,
If it's under a pine and it's unplayable, then yeah, that's not the same.
we don't have all the time. You don't have to try to punch yourself from beside that tree to break your club.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think that's a tough one there. I mean, if, like, for instance, like, just the under the tree thing, you're under a tree, and you're gonna, well, you probably you gotta shoot backwards or you gotta shoot sideways, or that's really where that's gotta go.
Okay. All right. Then let's do that then. Let's say then let's keep it stiff. I like it. I don't mind keeping it as stiff as possible. As far as like, yeah, if you have to bunt it out into the fairway, then fine, and let's stick to cart path, and let's stick to, obviously like grounds under repair or huge mud holes or anything like that that's in play, like in the fairway, like for the first 30 days here until the long weekend while it's wet, like you're gonna be allowed to not take a penalty and get out of that mud or whatever that may be.
For sure. Situation, but courses actually have those rules. Like if there's water pooling on the fairway and your ball rolls through it, like that's
Yeah.
I think it's not supposed to be a water hazard. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Okay.
grounds under.
Okay, so we only have a couple minutes left on the Zoom. I don't know why, but it's so
It's something half an hour. You can just resend another one.
oh, okay.
Pass through all the.
Oh, okay. So that's really all the rules I think that I had. Oh, scorekeeping. So for each group of 4, there's going to be 2 scorekeepers all the time, and those can be established early. And those 2 guys keep score, just so we have a redundancy and we have just, you know what I mean. It's working together. It's in sync. Okay. Yeah. And now for so that's really all the rules. Does anyone else have any other rules or anything else that they want to bring up that in that regard?
I was gonna say, like, playing out of divots, I'm not sure, but in the PGA, I don't think they play out of divots ever.
I don't think they do either. I think that
It's always like, if it lands in a divot, somebody hadn't prepared it,
right.
and place it.
And then again, I think that is the case.
And the reason I bring that up is not for that one specifically, but like, I don't want to punish our fucking golf game trying to be so rigid. I don't, right? Especially considering we're not playing PGA courses, so sometimes
Great courses, like
Yeah.
So
I want to be snug. I want to be snug, not stiff. You know what I mean? Snug, but not stiff.
situations will make the big difference at the end of the game. You know what I mean? That's not like you got to pull it out from under a tree. Should have taken a drop. That's like your lie was a little bit shittier because of, and you're not fucking 8 inches.
Yeah, like a lot of this too is like Thomas said, right? Like just bringing attention to scenarios like, hey, shot right here. Can you tell me that I'm out to lunch, or is this right? Like, hey, is this cool, right? Like, you get enough.
we generally always, you guys always know the cart path rule. Say, hey, I'm gonna move this, you know, taking relief off the cart path here. Sure.
Yeah, most of the time we've always done it. It's just kind of let's just keep it as snug as possible this year. Just respect the you know what we're doing out there. But yeah, I mean everyone's always been good with it for the most part.
We're gonna be walking a ton too, so the likelihood of us being
Which I'm looking forward to. I don't know if Mill Run will let us walk, but we'll see.
let you walk.
I think they're including carts at no cost. It looks like.
Oh, I wanted to ask you about that. So to clarify what's going on for Saturday, all that stuff that I put there, is that correct? So 55 is all in with cards?
That's right. Yeah. And
Okay, so yeah.
and tax and online fee. That's everything. Yeah.
That's without the $35 credit, I think. And I think it's $20 for cart. So it would have been.
It would have been $6. We're saving $5 by not using GTA.
Yeah.
Right?
That's right.
Because if it's $40 and $20 for a card, 60.
And a credit. And a credit.
No, not credit. It's $40 as a GTA member. It costs us $40 to play. A credit is $35, so it would have cost us $5 to play.
Yeah. But we also save the credit. We save $5 and the credit. You know, we're not using the credit either. It goes back into our bank, so we still have 15. So it's like
Yeah, all I'm saying is like we're not even booking through GTA at all. You get your credit back and we're not using GTA.
No.
Because if you're using GTA, it automatically gets charged to your card.
Oh, you mean the premium?
That's all been wiped. Stavis, you've like prepaid or whatever. That's why we send you the $55, and the $55 is our round and card all in.
Yeah.
That's correct, right?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't GTA the discount?
That Cassie just explained that.
Here. Continue.
Hey, yeah. All right, where were we there?
Well, is everybody there? Oh.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, sorry. So what I was saying is those prices that are on the GTA website, that's all year round prices. So we're talking spring prices right now. So because it's spring, everybody's cheap, right? So that's why the price is $55. Everybody pays that, whether you're public or wherever. So but then in the season, once it gets up to over $100, we still won't pay $40. And if we use a credit, that's $35 towards that $40. So it's only costing us $5 plus the card if we choose.
Right. You can choose not to use a credit, and then it would have cost $30 plus the card would be $60.
Correct.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Correct. So that's what I'm saying. Like, oh, it's only $5, but whatever, $5 amongst 6 guys. Sure, it's
Yeah, it made sense. So, all right. So that's really that's. I don't think there's anything else. The scoring, we did the rules, we did the notice, we did the handicap, we did the pins and the stable coins. Which the coins I think are going to be really exciting. But I really think that having them outside of your bag, small, accessible. You could bet one guy, you could have 3 guys. Not everyone has to get on. Just challenge someone. They're only $2. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to add what we wanted to do with the pins, but we didn't really have the balls to do it because they were already all up for the round. So, but that's really all I have. So I don't know if anything else you guys want to add. And Saturday morning, I'm going to be there pretty early. You know, Cassie and I are going to go pretty early. We already talked about it. So.
yeah. Like, I need to hit some balls. So
Nice.
It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be 13 and sunny. Not in the morning, but sunny in the morning for sure.
Rain? Be open at no run. I don't think.
Should be. I don't know.
yeah,
Probably.
This is last year. It wasn't open for the first 2 months.
if that was COVID-related crap, though. No, remember how sticky Mill Run was for COVID too? Like they were one of the stickiest.
That's right.
So I don't think we gotta worry about that this year. I don't think so. I think it's
I can ask about it. I can ask.
yeah. You can call and ask if you want. Yeah.
I just,
But
I'm sure he's a member, right? So I can just ask him.
Is he a member? Oh, nice.
yeah,
So we can use him if we already need fill-ins, right? Like he's a single young guy. He's a member there, so yeah.
that's great. Yeah, extra hired guns is always good because we're going to be in a situation where most of the time we got to fill 8. So
JP guy in Florida.
yep,
That's his home. No run, and he's like he was hardcore. Like we gotta play.
yeah. Yeah, so just another reason why I'm going to leave the coins at 8 and include John and Dan just for intrinsic reasons. And then, you know, any other spares we have can just join in. But they don't get to bet. Suck it.
What about time? So I know you booked this one for 9, right? Is that the earliest that we're looking at? Or?
No, that was just kind of the first week. Like the earliest that we'd be looking at is 8 o'clock. I could have booked 8 o'clock, but I was just like, okay, you know, first week, let's get out there. We don't know what the weather's gonna be like. Like it's gonna be still kind of cold. Like, so I just backed it off an hour. That was just a judgment call. I think I had whatever. Why? What would? You...
Early in here, it is like based on the weather this weekend. It's gonna be nicer to play a little bit later, just for coolness in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's not like it's closed off until 9. So you can book as early as 8. You said.
I think 8 o'clock was the earliest I saw. Yeah, of the blocks. With that being said, tomorrow's Thursday, so everyone should kind of get their schedules together because I'm booking Friday night for next weekend. So, yeah, let me know because, yeah, whatever works. And you could always say in the text when I say, hey, who's in, you know, option 1, option 2. Option 1 is Saturday morning. Option 2 is Sunday morning. Option 3 is Saturday afternoon. You could always say, you know, option 1, you know, pre 9:30 with an exclamation mark. And then I kind of get an idea when I go on at midnight, okay, one person had said they really want this pre 8:30. So I'm going to book that 8, you know? So even if one person speaks up and has something that they need to walk around, if no one else says anything and they just say good for all 3 options, then I'm going to take that one person that has a conflict. Their opinion is going to be more, I'm going to take that into account when I'm booking. You know what I mean? So it's best to kind of say, you know, I can play anytime. Option 1 is best pre 8:30. Like just keep it simple. So it's just in my head when I'm booking. I'm not making any like, you know, I'm trying to help everyone out that knows about something. Oh, I got to be home by 3 o'clock. So like option 1 is great, but it can't be option 1 at 10:30. It's got to be option 1 at 9. You know, that type of thing. Just more information, the better. But we'll make it work for everyone. Like Saturday morning, I'm willing to do what I did and like get on it and be on it at midnight. It's open now, like so at midnight I'll be able to book. So boom, couple clicks and it's done. So I'm willing to do that, and I know that Cassie will help out with that when I can't do it if I'm at the camp or something like that. But just through communication, we'll make sure we're booked.
That's great. Appreciate it.
Yeah. No worries. I appreciate it because we're building something up that we're gonna have for years, and it's a group, and it's a club. We're still 2 more spots, and then that's it. And yeah, there's just it's all about fun. And like I was saying, Rob, there's 2 things that I think are important. One is supporting each other to get better. That's one of the things. Competitively, so it's a competitive group, but we support each other and we want each other to get better. And those are that's kind of like the mission statement of it, you know. Keep it competitive, but support each other. Yeah. Because we're all going to get better, and we're all going to get better like together. So that's going to be a fun experience. Armor, you too. Like you're not maxed out. You have so much more potential, like all over the course. And you know that, and you're ready to kind of get it, and I'm ready to get it, and Char's ready to get it, and Roll's ready to get it. And watching Craig swing the club, he's been doing work secretly. He must have been. So it's great. And Grant's a competitive guy. Grant's gonna play it off like he's there for fun. That's his shtick. But we know we've played ball with Grant. We've known him. We've played sports with him for over 10 years.
Even with it is the most consistent. He's just always consistent, man. He's so
Yeah.
He's like, yes, he's driving it straight. And I think, like, he's driving as far as you are. Like,
Yep.
further, you drove us both by a lot, a bunch of times.
Just yeah, it's yeah. So that's great. So the other thing is dress code, no stains, please. Okay. Seen a lot of you guys walking around with the same clothes every weekend last year, and with stains all over yourselves. Like, clean it up a little bit, okay? The love of God. Oh man. But I think tens kind of, once you hit a double digit, you can
You let it get crazy.
yeah.
There was a few where someone was really frustrated and was, would storm off and say, whatever, I'm just taking a 10. But I took last year.
Yeah, I took a lot.
Yeah. So 10's gonna be the max. You're not winning pins in this group if you're hitting 10. So you have the right to remove yourself from the course and take a 10 once you hit double digits.
No,
You don't think so?
Oh, no. I disagree. I think you gotta take your lumps, man. That's part of it, right? All of a sudden, if we have pin back, giving up a pin.
That's true.
That should have been a 13 or 14 because you just.
You know what? And again, I'm not thinking about that new rule and overlapping it with what I'm actually saying now. I'm thinking about last year. I'm not considering these new things. So 100%, I completely digress because all of those things you just said, 100%. So I just take it back.
Quiet the conversation for sure.
Yep.
So you gotta stay in it. You gotta finish the hole.
Yep.
That's painful sometimes.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you have to pick it up, yeah, I guess what's the max? Like, hey, these guys are barking down our thing. Like, this is a pin game, so we have to have. I want to try and establish all these little things right now. I know it's silly, but it's so important that we just playing golf and we're not bickering or trying to make things up on the fly.
14. Like
I think that's fair.
I don't know. We don't always have track of the score at the time, but I would say like it's got to be significantly worse than the Tigers in the competition.
14.
The other guy finished. I don't know, like,
So 16. It has to be a number. Let's just call it 16, okay? 16. Who's gonna get a 16? No, but that's the anger walk-off. I mean, if an anger walk-off happens, I'm looking at, or we got pressure from behind and the guy's already at 12. I'm looking at all these scenarios and just trying to give us something to fall back on if it happens. If someone angry walks off, what do they get? They get a 16. If there's too much pressure, a guy's already shooting 12, you have to pull yourself, you get a 16. Yeah.
I just don't like number that, like, we're getting 8s all the time and 9s. You know, so a 10 all of a sudden, you're having a bad hole and you're like, fuck it. You know, oh, my 8th shot off the green here. I might as well go for it. I might as well smash the spot. But, you know, now you're not playing golf. You know, and it should still be like, not a finish. Continue 13 here. Get it together.
Yeah.
I think it's easier to look. Sorry to interrupt, Will.
that's good. You got your hand up. That's perfect.
Right.
Etiquette.
I think the best way to look at it would be to say you always finish the hole, and that the exceptions are to the rule are fine, and we can come up with a number like just take all season with 10 last year, then sure, call it a 10. But the exceptions to the rule are not I'm pissed off or not. Exceptions to the rule is you got a call from your family and there's something urgent you need to attend to, and everybody can agree, yeah, that made sense that you ditch that hole. Otherwise, play the hole.
I like it snug, but not stiff. I like it snug. Yeah, no, I agree with Armor, and again, like this is why we like your experience, Armor, and we really welcome you to the group. It's not like you're a new person; we've known you our whole lives, but welcome, welcome. So that's true. Yeah, let's keep it snug. So just like that, and like he said, there's that the rule's the rule, and the exception is something that is out of the ordinary. Okay. Agreed.
If they're playing up once, it doesn't change that. Decided to do it.
Right. Well said. So yeah, I don't know what else we got here. We've broken it down pretty good. Like ball markings, mark your balls, come up with something.
That's something.
I actually bought a stamp with a little logo on it, with a little bunny, with a little white rabbit on it. So you can look for my bunny. You can get them on Amazon. I got mine on eBay because I wanted the white rabbit, but you can get cheap ones on Amazon. They're like little stampers, smiley face or whatever, dick for you. Yes.
Nice.
What I mean,
I felt great after that walk at Banty's. I felt great. Like even like I don't know, I felt good. It just felt good to get on that stretch walk. I'm looking forward to it. I hope we can walk.
I thought it was so hard to get in the truck. But
Yeah. It was.
hey, that was the worst condition. Those two. Yeah, for sure.
Saturday's going to be amazing because of that.
Do we know what we're playing?
I wonder if when the 2 or 3 times that the wind threw our carts over, that's what broke my driver. Because like I don't know, it blew up. Like it was damaged essentially right when I hit it. I started hearing that little something rattling inside the club head, and then like within 10 shots, it blew up.
Get the new one. You just sent it back to
No, it was out of warranty. But Global Golf, I talked to their customer service, and like they could see when I bought it and everything. And I live in Canada, like I haven't been using it, and they just helped me out with a little bit on the new one. They didn't send me a new one. They just helped me out with a little bit of money off it. But it was out of warranty Not by long, by like frickin' 30 days or something. So yeah, it was like March, like or something. Oh my god. But anyways, they helped me out, and I don't know, I'm happy with the new one. But I do think that that's what broke it, because it doesn't make sense that the driver would just blow up like that from the back, and it did. So well,
That's strange.
it was, and it's brand and it's new, right? I got it like I said, like a year ago. Yeah, it'll be nice on Saturday. But yeah, that's all I have. What do you? Anyone else have anything? I could talk about golf all night. Um, but yeah,
Where if we can plan an events and your families are okay with it or want to join, we can come back to my place after for lunch or whatever.
yeah, like that's yeah, because we're so close to you. It's yeah,
So we don't know time, but we can certainly kind of plan some for if whoever wants to kind of join, or we can just do it ourselves.
yeah. This is yeah, that's great. Oh, and the other thing is, the other thing is Thanksgiving. I remember this one. Thanksgiving long weekend is when the season's over. So all pins and coins, it all stops then. It all gets taken in and all gets paid out on Thanksgiving long weekend. The remainder of the season, whatever we play after that, is just for fun to try stuff out, do what you want type thing.
I'm gonna be in the States.
Well, we may not even be playing. I'm just saying, no matter what, it could be pouring rain and cats and dogs. I'm just saying that's when it's over, like, and that's when we call it all in, and you get paid out before Halloween. So you know, good.
But if we're planning some last weekend,
Okay. Okay.
Like, you know, maybe not even super scale, but let's go stay in the and play golf and then play golf the next day.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We got to do that for sure. I just, even if we just go to Hisco's, man, again, like I wanted to do that.
Disco was great. Collingwood was great.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm not taking anything away from that. Just price wise, it's pretty sweet.
Disco's was obviously the best for all the reasons.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. We just got to put the pressure on them. I'm also going to try and set up a tournament with Stonehaven too, but we'll see how the summer goes. It's something that Schropp and I talked about a little bit, and they're interested for sure, but we'll build that up over the season. But for us anyways, yeah, an overnighter, getting to Kevin's again, like that's got to be a priority. We got to figure that out. Get him to make a weekend. Or a week.
What was that? Sorry, what did you say?
When these hosts do that, tell them to pick when.
He's pretty good at that. When you put pressure on him, he'll pick a weekend and start to.
His birthday is coming up.
Yeah.
Sure, a bit of pressure on him.
Yeah.
Especially because right now I think he's questioning a few of us. And he is, well, yeah, I'll put myself on a list because I haven't shown up to a few things that he's invited me to. So.
Well, he's an asshole.
I love the end of his text message. You're fucking dead to me if you don't show up.
He got fucked over on that night big time.
The one thing is I put everybody for proximity purposes for everybody. I know we want to run like a home base thing, and I would like to say that having the GTA membership does give us like pretty good rates at other courses that are like really good courses. So I think we should take the courses that are on there.
Well, there's major weekends to be called. There's going to be 6 major weekends. There's going to be other times where you could like suggest early in the week, like Tuesday or Wednesday, and then we can see. But like we have those major weekends to use. But I think that yeah, like roll. If there's somewhere, oh, I really want to play here or whatever, then we'll fit it in there. We're going to play St. Andrews a couple times for sure. We're going to play other.
The reason I say, sorry to cut you off, the reason I say this is there's no point in for playing no run all the time. You might as well get a no run membership. That's all I'm saying. Right?
I don't know if it would be cheaper.
That's true.
I don't know if that's true. Yeah.
You need to play a certain number of times to make a membership anyway. Makes sense.
It's thousands of dollars.
Like if it, let's say, well, we've got 15 rounds, right? Everybody got the 15 pack, or did they make it 20?
No.
No. 15.
Yeah. So 15 rounds at $40. That's
35. Yeah.
35. Well, we're playing five. We're paying $5 additional, right?
If we're playing for a club of that value every time, yes.
Right.
Yes.
So, yeah, you can't get a membership that cheap for 15, right? Like,
yeah, fair enough.
Not playing Saturday morning, that's for sure.
Yeah, I'm just saying the reason that I said that, like,
Yeah.
you should advantage of being able to play somewhere like Bondhead for a fraction of the price, because Bondhead is a fucking beautiful course. DTA has that are like top 100 golf courses in Ontario. So I think it would be playing something where I get it that some of them are very difficult. I would just like to give it a whirl. Like if there's a weekend that makes sense for everybody, you know, like Nobleton Lake is also like a really nice golf course. I'd love to play there. I know it's further for you, but that's why all those courses that are like general proximity from Newmarket, because majority of guys are traveling from Newmarket, and then you got like the outskirts guys of Armour and Crank.
Yeah.
I completely.
Just throwing it out there. Variety is the spice of life, boys.
Yeah, I completely agree. I missed your original point. It was only answering the last part about the membership, which wasn't your point.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, and that's fair. That was probably the wrong way to go. Conveying my point.
But I'm with you. I'll use it for that reason too.
Yeah.
I think I'm fully. That was something I wanted to buy again. Sit down, share one, 20 different, some better courses. Normally, for I want to get that discount, even if it's whatever 80 bucks to play. Well,
Yeah, Andrews, right? We play St. Andrews. Fucking expensive course to play if you're just playing cash, right? So, and if there's a day that we can make happen, like during weekdays are generally cheaper than weekends. So yet another reason to play one of those other courses, right?
nights might be like on the like Friday night, because I know that Rob and I played a ton of Wednesdays at Bradford because it was right there, and you could whip out after work, and it's like you won't get 18 in, you know. So we used to just go pay for 9, and we got 18 in like fucking 10 times. Like you could get 18 in. We were playing like 3 of us usually, Grant, myself, and so on. And
Right.
but you know, if you're just thinking about playing quick enough to beat sunset parts of the summer, so Friday nights end up pretty sweet, especially if it's like a midpoint farm or something like Ballantrae. You know, 5 o'clock. Yeah.
And that's something we don't have to book early. That's something that, you know, Chard, you could put out a text to the mates on a Wednesday or Thursday and say, guys, Friday evening, the weather looks great. Who's in for Ballantrae, or who's in for the Royal, or who's in for whatever. And then we could just put those things together. It's not once a week. It's not only by Saturday morning. That's just a consistent thing that I'm always going to be willing to do, and I'm always going to text about. So, and we're always going to try and play Saturday morning. But we could always add in an extra day wherever. Like, of course, and it could be last minute because GTA's are available during the week. Like, you could take your pick. It's the weekend that it gets raped.
If that's last summer, I used to try to play Sunday week. Sundays be tough.
So the baseball league's back on, eh? The baseball league at the complex.
Derek from the Kikemba took it. He's trying to.
I talked to him. He says that he's gonna do it. I told him that we have to know by a certain date or like an earlier date than we actually need. But
I'm a little skeptical of it because he's like, well, how much should I charge? I'm like, man, there's so many variables to that. Like, how can you just ask me a point blank question? It's like
This is
the temp asking how many teams you have. Are you supplying bases? Are you doing this? Are you doing like there's so many things. I don't really think I don't think too many people realize like all the moving parts. So they're just okay, I'll run it. Like here you go. Okay, how do I like chalk? Like that's the last one you need to ask me. And I hope he gets it off the ground. And like
You've already told me enough, Roll. I have zero faith now. Zero faith. It.
I'm pessimistic. Be putting my hand in that basket. I've already done, chart what you've already done, just to secure something.
yeah.
Always hedge your bets. Always.
Close the guy right off, but at the same time,
Yeah.
it's a lot of work, and it's a fucking lot of work. I'm not gonna lie, working. So people like, and fuck. So who knows? He's gonna reach out. He told me that he reached out to the town. He's reaching out to teams, captains. That was big kind of bounce too. So I gave him Mike Cudmore's number, who was running the weekly league. So even if he wants to amalgamate two leagues, he can try. But
Good
I
luck.
think he's worried about like the financials of it, which is like a mass. That's like the biggest part, really.
So the other thing that we didn't kind of finish on was the handicaps. So when do you guys think having as a reasonable expectation to have the handicap set July 1st?
I think so. I think we need like 5 rounds.
Well, we're not going to include this week's round. This is everyone getting out. Banties didn't count.
Are an official PGA Canada handicap thing. Like I think it's something we have to be doing anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, see,
You're always putting in your score,
yeah,
and then it gives you the handicap, and that's your handicap. And so even if I go play with other people on a whatever, I'm gonna keep my score, and I'm gonna put my score in for my handicap.
Okay.
that's right.
So we should just start doing this right now, and then we can develop. We could take that. Sorry, go ahead.
Like we could do that from like band t-shirts, white tips. This was the score. That's input number 1.
Well, I'm gonna start. I'm gonna start this weekend. I was crushing a bunch into the water there, kind of half on purpose.
Yeah. That's right.
But now you know. But well, now
You go and play, and if you're putting scores to get a better handicap, then you're gonna lose in when it matters. Like you're almost only beating yourself. Like
that's the difference when you're inputting that handicap at the end of the round. You're not gonna walk off the hole. You're not gonna try think stupid things. You're gonna think about it a little bit more, and So
Keeps you on, and that's every time you play. It doesn't make it super hardcore. It's not gonna change golf when you're on the course. But it's just how you're.
But I think it would change if I was like had no chance at any pins and I'd blown up unintentionally and then I'm on like the 17th hole And like I'm more if I have absolutely nothing to lose, I may take more risks there. But knowing that at the end I have to fill in my handicap, it will still make me try and put the best shot forward almost every single time I'm over the ball. It's an extra thing. If you're out on the money or out on the pin stuff, it's another layer that makes you want to keep playing. So you're right. Let's just start this up. Like, yeah, let's get that app downloaded. Send out a link for that app, or what's it called here?
So I know it's on PGA Canada that you do this. So there's always, again, all the time. That's what you do. Get your handicaps, even if you're a husband and wife playing. You know, whenever you get a few in, and now you can play legit woman based on your handicap. You know, you could like it just levels all playing fields. You know.
What about man versus tranny?
Same thing.
Okay. All right. So if you could, Robbie, if you could send out a link to all the mates, so we all make sure we have that, or once you find out which one it actually is, not one of the gimmicky ones that they may have, like. All right, that's great. That's all I got, guys. Anything else, or Saturday morning? I'll see you guys early. I think Roll and I'll be there at like 7:30.
Yeah. Down with that. I'm good.
Yep.
Either don't know what. Like I'm just getting my calls coming like for Jenny's party and for Saturday.
Uh-oh.
I so
Yeah, it's no difference. Okay, guys, I'm out. Have a great one. I'll see you guys on Saturday. Good talking. So we've got everything established, and
Yeah. Sure, you already made those notes. Your notes look a lot more detailed, more just better writing than mine. Why don't you just send that to the chairman so that
he did.
I put it up. That's it on the group chat.
Oh, lovely. Thank you.
Okay.
I'll have
And well done on just pointing. You do this, you do that. You're doing a very good job of being chairman. Way to delegate.
Couple little things for everyone, but no, it's really good, and it's gonna be great. So okay, guys, I'll talk to you later.
Okay, take care.
Okay, good night, guys. Hey man, when you made it. Really? Can I have something? I'm starving.